Tell them I'm staying right here. Tell them I'm switching my gear. Yeah. Tell them I'm just getting started. Tell them this year's my year. Tell them that. 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 Yeah.
Welcome to Sixth Gear Podcast. Thank you for joining in one more time. Today we got Kindred Impulse. I got Sid and I got Brittany in the house. We're gonna be talking about a lot about the group and its affiliation with Jack's Alliance and a whole bunch of other stuff that that the group strives for and then all the goals that they've achieved with the group since they got the group in their hands. So right now, Sid and Brittany, welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Appreciate it. How's it going? Everything good? I've been trying to get y'all in this motherfucker for the longest. Not only you, but I've told a lot of people, that I want to get them on. Same thing with Jack's Alliance and a whole bunch of other people like Limitless and Goon Boys and everybody else. But always something happens, Either that or people they're not comfortable in front of the cameras, so they kind of get kind of nervous and they're like, no man, I don't want to. Like the guy from Chad from the Supras, North Florida Supras, I told him about it. He was like, man, I don't want to be in the front of cameras, I was like, man, don't be nervous, you'll be all right.
He's a cool ass dude.
Yeah, I feel like he would have a lot to talk about. So what's been going on with the group? Everything okay? I see y'all disappeared for a minute. Like y'all kind of were laying really low. What's going on with that? Everything okay?
Well, kind of had to just get our shit together. We were going through some internal stuff with a bunch of members had a bunch of different stuff happen almost all at once. That's why we couldn't get on for the longest. I had a whole mess of shit happen, chain events. Other than that, we were also trying to just focus more on the team and kind of strengthen from within, if that makes any sense. Trying to get people back on a good path. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sometimes you need to do that. Step away for a little bit and kind of regroup and get back in the scene. It's like on the winters. Like I said before, I don't do car meets.
Yeah. I don't do car work.
I did the last one, the last of the year, me, and I was over there fuck, I should have just stayed home. I was like, damn it. But it was good. It was a good night. It is what it is. So just wanted to go through a couple of questions with you guys, and you know what I'm saying, kind of just get some info from y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because I did interview. You seen the podcast with Alliance, and I think it's only right to get everybody's point of view out of everything, and it's just curiosity. You know what I'm saying? I know you guys are cool with each other, you know what I'm saying, and y'all done got type of beef with each other, and that's good because you know what I'm saying, we live in the same place and we love doing the same thing, you know what I'm saying. Right. This is a hobby, There's a lot of people that take it to heart, but we're everybody's cool with it, you know what I'm saying. Background from y'all, you know what I'm saying. You guys from here, originally from Jacksonville, or you
Don't get me. I'm from Atlanta.
From Atlanta?
Mm-hmm. I moved to Jacksonville in 2019. Husband got a job at CSX. We all moved over with my parents, and parents moved to Stark. I moved to McClinney.
How long ago was that?
2019-ish.
Okay, 2019?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, definitely. Was you in the car scene out there? Or?
Not yet. So I had a 94 Camaro, and it wasn't super reliable. I was driving it to work in college and stuff, but then I got pregnant with my oldest, and I wanted a reliable family car. So I got a 03 Accord Coupe, and it was automatic at the time. But I didn't start modding it until I was bored in Stark, and we hadn't had our house yet, so I started throwing shit on it.
Nice. Yep. What about you?
Originally, I'm from Bernita Beach, born and raised, and I've moved. I've lived all over the place. I was in Washington State at one point. Most recently, though, I lived in Savannah. I was married for 10 years, and actually just finalized that divorce last year in September. So ended up after being begged and begged and begged to come home. Everybody was like, "Oh, you just need to come home. There's nothing for you up there besides, like just turmoil." And so yeah, I ended up moving back and got right back into it. It was almost like I never left, but a lot of stuff has changed.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff. So
That's what's up. Yeah, I've been here since 2003, 2004, somewhere around there. No, 2003 I got to Miami. 2004 I got here.
there you go.
And then after that, I'm still here. Yeah. So what made y'all get into the car scene? Like, was it somebody like influenced y'all, or was it just, is this in the family? What's going on?
I was born and raised on British cars. It's like
Oh,
MGBs, TR7s, all other stuff. Like they named me Brittany after British cars. So I was like, yeah. So I was raised on cars. It's just that.
So your dad was into the muscle car type deal.
My dad, my mom, like all that. My mom's got MGB. My dad had a TR7 when he met her. So I'm like,
Nice.
yeah, I was raised on cars.
That's what's up. That's cool.
It's kind of the same way with me. I was 13 years old the first time I got my hands under a hood, and it was my mom's 85 Crown Victoria two-door. It was the cop car version. It was the Interceptor, but it was one of the very rare, I think it was like 5,000 or something ever made. They only had two doors. You imagine being shoved in the back of a cop car and they got to lift the seat forward. Like there was no cage. There was no
I think I remember them
Scrolling
cars, man.
Yeah, that
Definitely.
was,
I remember.
So that was the first, and then from there, I mean, at first I was so scared to even get into anybody else's vehicles. I was just like trying to diagnose things. So I came up as a diagnostician. That's what I was kind of programmed to do. Like I ended up working at two different competing auto company or auto parts stores, like the parts houses. I was at O'Reilly and AutoZone at the same time, and the like mom was the word. They didn't know.
Yeah.
I was working for both. So after that, I think I was 16, 17. My best friend bought his first and his dream car. It was a 2000 Honda Civic Si, and we actually trailered it back from, I think it was Kentucky. I had like 8,000 original miles on it, and just started building from there. We ended up building race cars and 240 drift car, and it just went on and on.
Yeah, it's a never ending habit.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So you was talking about when you was little and in your parents' cars and stuff like that. How many times did you wind up taking your parents' car without permission?
My dad was a Marine. He would have killed me.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
So you never did it?
No.
I looked at this question last night, and I actually went and asked my mom, and I was like, "How many times do you remember?" And she's like, "Well, that's not the true number." And I was like, "Well, I mean,
She's probably got a list and be like, "Yeah, remember this."
she literally counted 26 times, and
Damn.
God.
I only got like 18, and I was like, "How did you? Where?" She was like, "Oh, I just knew you were doing it, and you didn't think I knew." And I was like, "Well, I mean, yeah."
So, do you have any friends, like females, that used to take the parents' cars?
No.
No?
No. I mean, I was raised pretty like straight laced, and do like any crazy stuff at all, like
okay.
whatsoever.
Yeah. The reason why I asked my daughter to just take the parents' car.
Not me.
Yeah. Right.
No,
I was like, "Damn, she's getting gaslit right there."
Yeah, I winded up driving all the way to Lakeland because we caught him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
we winded up going over there.
But did they know you were after him?
No, they
There you go.
didn't know.
That's it.
They didn't find out till the day I showed, because I used to go over there on the weekends, and I popped up there on a Wednesday, and they was like, "Oh," one of them was like, "Oh, Dad's here." The other one was like,
no.
something's wrong. He doesn't come on. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, "Yo, chill, no." And then when I walked in, the other one was like, "Dad," I was like, "Sit down." She was like, "Oh," and the other one was like, "Oh."
Half of them are like,
yeah.
"Oh, Dad's here." The other half's like, "But why?"
We're gonna
Yeah, on a Wednesday.
On a Wednesday, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. That's that. They listen on that one. But then again, you know what I'm saying. I did it. You know what I'm saying. So, not that they knew, but I used to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying. I used to take my stepdad's car, and I used to go to San Juan in the car, and you know what I'm saying, have fun and whatever. And one day I had pulled it away. I drove off, and when I came back, the parking spot where I was parking, somebody else had taken it, and I was like, "Fuck!" I was like, "So what am I gonna do?" And it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. He goes to work like at 6. So I'm like, now what I do, you know? So I stood there for like an hour, and then this guy got in his car, crossed the street, got in his car and left, and I was like, I'm gonna have to put it over there, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna stay here, you know, with the car or whatever.
Right.
Dude, I parked the car there, went upstairs, just praying. Dude, he never even noticed. And the car was parked across the street from where you know what I'm saying? Like, he really didn't pay no attention, I guess, that night. So, yeah, it was.
That's how it was with me too. Like, so when I was growing up, we were basically living with my grandparents, my mom's family, and I would have to put her Buick in neutral and push that like 4,000-pound boat all the way down the road before I started because there was a hole in the exhaust.
And that shit must have been loud.
The first time I did it, I think I was like 15, and I mean, you know, where I grew up, it's an island. There's 2 ways on, 2 ways off. Winds are more than like 30 miles an hour. They shut down the bridges. It's 13 miles long, 5 miles wide. So we weren't ever going very far. So, like, you know, the gas needle never moved. There were so many angles to it. And, you know, as a kid, you know, you think you've got it all figured out. And then I realized one night I came home and put it neutral, turned the car off, and like semi'd it back into the driveway. You know, it's super slick. And she's already on the front porch smoking a cigarette. She just looked at me. I mean, everything's like completely pitch black. I opened the door, I shut it. I was like, fuck. And I looked at her and she goes, was it important? And I said, was what important? She goes, you just took my car. And I said, I mean, no. No, it was not. And she goes,
I got nothing.
You know, I'm dead. I'm dead in the water. I'm in a barrel. And she's like, don't do it again unless it's important. And I went. So next time I did it, I put JB Weld on the exhaust.
Cover that thing.
That's how I figured out how to learn. I learned to use JB Weld right there.
Yeah.
That was it. That was it.
That was a handy way to do it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you talked about you had a Camaro.
Yeah.
What modifications you had to that, or was it just regular stuff?
Dead ass stock base convertible V6 automatic.
Convertible?
I thought I was the
Nice.
coolest kid at high school for that.
Hey, you had a Camaro.
Right. I got it repainted. I still have it at my parents' house. It's just.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, if I have the time and money, it's just. Yeah, after a while, I had to stand on it to make the brakes stop, and I'm like, okay, I need something else. I didn't feel like doing the BBK upgrade or anything like that yet. I'm just like, just need something a little peppier and more safer.
Yeah, that's cool. So y'all running Kindred Impulse. How did that first car meet go? And I don't know. You guys were in the car meet, right?
The first one?
Which one are you talking about?
The first one that was Tinseltown. Jerome lost his head over there because people were revving.
Oh, that one.
Oh yeah, no, that was a ways back. So
That was your first one, wasn't it?
that was the first big one we had after I
the
came
security
in.
thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
after the.
Yeah,
split
they had
and
the
all that.
vest on and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Um,
Who put that one together?
that was actually Khalil had done that.
Khalil
yeah.
did.
We of course had a hand in it, but it's also not just like me and her that run it either. There's we still have a whole bunch of the OGs in the group that are in leadership. It's so it's me, you, it's
Rob. Not Rob.
no. Wow. It's me, Britt, Damien, Mark, Rachel, John, John's wife Noelle.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first big Tinseltown, that was the showdown meet. I remember that.
Yeah.
That was actually a lot led up to that, but we knew at that point that we had to kind of come back in swinging as far as it goes, and that was actually we really surprised ourselves. Like we did not expect that level.
Yeah.
At all.
I kind of had a feeling it was gonna get like that because before you guys grabbed the Kindred, nobody was. It was just sitting there after he passed away. After Zoe passed away.
Right.
So I was like, yeah, that's gonna be a big meet because everybody's gonna be, it's Kindred.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody's gonna be excited to be there.
Yeah.
And the turnout was hella crazy.
Yeah, that was insane.
Yeah.
We ended
Unprecedented.
we ended up with like 6 prospects from like that one.
Oh yeah.
That was the night we took in like a fleet of Camrys.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, we had like 5 Camrys prospect, like all.
Yeah, you guys got a lot of Camrys in your group.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why Kindred? When you guys got into Kindred, why did you guys decide, hey, this is the group I wanna join?
Okay. Yeah, but actually, when I was pulled into them at your meet.
This was what?
Yeah, that meet I first met you. That was actually where I got prospected.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, the one
Advance.
Okay.
Yeah, with, like the raffle and everything.
Yeah, because I had seen your car at AutoZone, and then I think I tagged you on the post of AutoZone. I think it was a drone shot.
Probably.
Yeah, and then after that, that's when I met you at the Advance. Yeah, true.
Steep hill one.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
Yeah, actually, they pulled me over. I've never been in a group before. Never really hung out for the most part with any other groups. But no, they brought me over and they were super friendly, like they knew me. Like brought me in, made me feel welcome. Like let me sit with them, told me about the group and everything and what they're about. And honestly, that was enough to hook me in. Cause I'm like, I just wanted a group of people to hang out with that were friendly and made me
Cool
feel welcome
people.
and at home.
That's cool. Yeah, that definitely is. Everybody that I've known from Kindred ever since I've seen everybody in the group. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's always been real friendly. So that definitely fits in. Every time I get like somebody who's like, "Hey, do you know a group?" I was like, "Kindred." Like send them over.
Yeah, right.
So
That's what we go for, though. We want to treat everybody in the group, or I'm sorry, outside of the group, the exact same way that we do in the group. Like when we pull up to a meet, like I went out to the 904 Camry and ACL meet last night, above city limits, the one at Autos and the little pop up they had.
I seen it last minute. Yeah.
I did too, and I'm all the way up in Georgia, and I was like, nope. I put on my pants, and I was like, I gotta go.
You went?
Yeah. And
Oh, that's why you was like, hey, yeah, okay.
yeah, that's when I went by Best Buy.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we get out and people come over and they start looking at the cars, and then they come up and they're so hesitant to ask anything about the car, but then once they do, then they start talking to us. It's just like then all of a sudden they're there talking for like 30-45 minutes, and
Yeah.
that's how we try to treat everybody.
That's cool. That's cool. So like one thing I've seen y'all do is that I don't see a lot of groups do is y'all twice a week meet up.
Yep.
So is that like a requirement for you guys to do to be in the group as a prospect and as a team member?
Not
It's not required.
No, it's not required. Yeah, we do them twice a week, Monday and Fridays. And as far as getting into the group goes, prospecting period is 4 weeks. We have
4 consecutive weeks of showing up.
Yeah, 4. There you go. So you're better at this. Yeah, 3 mod minimum, and then of course we do mod checks way more often than we used to, and it's as important for the prospect as it is for the group. Like we want to make sure that you vibe with everybody in the team, and that the team vibes with you, and then at the end of that you're actually voted on by everybody in the group who has a banner. So
also is vote is by vote.
Yes.
Yep.
So like if 75% of the group don't like this person
if there's
or
even
don't
one,
vibe,
right?
Just one.
it's a wrap.
Yeah, if there's one no, they have to give a detailed explanation of why the no, and then it has to be unanimous. It has to be.
So let's say you have one person already in the group, right? And you want to chop that person out. Does that go by vote also?
Leadership thing.
Yeah, so as far as leadership goes, everything in the group is handled case by case. Like as far as
per individual.
right.
Okay.
Right. So like if there's an issue, somebody comes to us and hey, such and such, this is the problem. This is how it happened. Then at that point, whoever they come to just gets as much information as humanly possible to then bring it to the rest of leadership and say, here, this issue, we've laid this all out for you, whatever we can. And we internalize everything. That's why, we have a zero drama policy too. That's how we eliminate that.
So once you eliminate the person or, make the decision that you make, do you let everybody else in the group know what's going on, or do you? Because there's going to be speculations about the person, because the person's going to go back and say and talk.
Right.
Or
Well,
make a
that's-
post or be like, hey, F these guys, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whatever, like I've seen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
that's-
It's like,
yeah,
and
that's-
that's the reason why I'm asking. Not and not only that, because like everybody deals with their internal problems a different way. You know what I'm saying? And knowing the way you deal with them, I think is pretty cool. This is a decent way to do it.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's case by case, and depending on the situation, like if it's a huge issue that affects the entire team, then yeah, we'll address the entire team with it. But if it's like a personal issue and between just these two people, then we respect everybody's privacy on that level. Yeah, we're family, but at the same time, we're not going to put your dirty laundry out there either.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, yeah, in some cases we do, some cases we don't. It depends. In my experience, the quieter you are about something, like somebody wants to get on social media and blast, that's okay. I mean, do it. But you're not going to hear a word out of us.
How many members y'all have at the moment right now?
52.
Jeez, that's just in Jacksonville? 52?
There's one or two in Palm Coast. There's like she's in McClenny. There's
Right.
2, 3. There's Cassie. There's 3 in Keystone Heights. One in Gainesville. Aaron. With the
Right.
Civic.
Right.
Yeah, we're kind of all over. Like I'm
when
almost
y'all
to Woodbine and
So when y'all do y'all weekly meets, everybody comes down.
Yep.
Well, we've
Nice.
kind of got like a split roster. Like, so that's why we have 2 though. That's actually a perfect question for that. Mondays, because of scheduling, that's usually our biggest turnout.
Where
but
all the
then-
members show up.
For the most part.
Almost,
Yeah.
yeah. But then we have some that can only make it out on Fridays. But that's also why we do it, because like when you come in, like let's say you wanted to come in and you wanted to prospect, first thing you're gonna ask is, okay, what days do you meet? And Mondays and Fridays, and they're like, oh shit, well, okay, I can't do Mondays, but I can be there Friday. Like,
Cool. Yeah, that
because
works.
honestly, if you can't make even one, then you're not gonna make like prospecting requirements.
No.
So
Yeah.
I mean,
So, I mean,
but that's why we do it.
when I first came in, I could only do Fridays. Before I got into leadership, I'm like, okay, we'll come out Fridays, and that was it. That's all I did. If I felt like it.
Just Fridays.
Yep.
No, that's cool.
Yep.
How did you guys end up with the Kindred name? Because I know that after Zoe passed, the name was like in the air. He was doing anything with it.
Right.
All of a sudden, you guys came out with Kindred Impulse Rebirth. How did you guys go about that, and who started it? Who started the process of wanting to reboot, to do like a reboot and add the name, Rebirth.
So I actually did that. It wasn't so the focus isn't necessarily on like the whole rebirth situation. It's just that we needed an Instagram. We didn't have an active one at the time. This is before I even came to leadership. We didn't have an active Instagram. The old one, to my understanding, was ran by Zoe. Obviously, I couldn't get the password. So we just needed to make a new one. So just to have a different name, I just added the rebirth part. But it's not like a whole big change or anything like that. It's just that in Instagram we have access to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like just like an extension of
Yes.
Kindred Impulse.
Yeah, just like
You was part of Kindred for Rebirth. You never.
No, I wasn't in it,
Okay.
but I was very fortunate enough to meet him,
Yeah,
and
okay.
he was the guy that no matter who, and this group was huge back then. I mean, it was a huge parking lot full of people, and the first thing in my head was like, how does this one man, how does he do all this? Because he's friends with everybody there. I mean, he treated everybody like family. He remembered me, and I wasn't even like in the group. And then when Justin sold the 240 and got a 350Z, he brought me out again. It had been like several months, and Zoe walked right up to me. He was like, "Man, how you been, man?" I was like, "Holy shit!" Like he actually
remembered you.
Yeah, like out of all these people that I'm sure come and go that see this meet every Monday, and this guy, it blew me out of the water. So, no, I didn't actually get in until just
almost there.
almost a year now.
Yep.
Right after my divorce.
What's your guys' goal right now with Kindred Impulse?
That's a good question.
Sorry, that was like I just thought about that one. Like I was like, okay, let me put it in there.
We'll have to step back in general. Recently, is that we want to more bigger shows and everything. We took the group to IA, but also we want build on our members that we have. We closed prospecting for a while, so we can actually build our members' cars up, get them up to par. So our goal, or is my goal personally, is to improve the group as a whole and to start bringing them to shows, start taking stuff home. Personally,
I want to ask you guys this question because I know everybody's seen the podcast with Jackson Lyons. What did you guys think? Was it informative? Did you guys see things different than they seen it?
I think that
everything was seen like under the same scope type
honestly,
deal.
for the most part.
Yeah, overall, I mean, I agreed with just about everything on it, especially like the parts about that. I think Aaron was the one that touched on it. That nowadays it's like almost always about horsepower. It's always about, you know what I mean? How you guys are mentioning like the bikes have their little click, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then everybody else is about horsepower. Like that was spot on. I completely agree with that. And is our team into that? Not so much. Like you said, we're really just about bringing ourselves up, bringing each other up, and, you know, using each other to and for that goal. As far as it goes, though, when we go to a meet, yeah, you can definitely see what Aaron and them were talking about. I mean, if you take a long enough walk around almost any flyer meet in Jax, you see it, and you got some stance cars, and you got a whole field of motorcycles, and then you've got like 6,000 or 7,000 horsepower supers sitting there, and it's like, yeah, and I mean, it is weird after being gone for so long to come back and look at it that way, but it's like you almost can't help but see it that way, and it's
the way I see it a lot of times is that's what the car scene really like. After I did the podcast with them and actually sat and thought about it, I was like, man, when I got into the car scene, that's what I really was after, is fast cars. You know what I'm saying? And the racing and all, because you know that's what it's really about, you know, and the togetherness with the teams and stuff like that, you know. And I was thinking about that. I was like, damn, you know, I could have went that route with my car, but I didn't. I went prefer stance, and sometimes it has to do a lot with money too. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because nowadays you want a nice car, but you got that payment on you, so you really can't invest that money into the engine.
Right.
So you're like, okay, it's either do that or lose the warranty on the car.
right.
It's either do that or lose the warranty on the car. So I'm like, no, I'm not gonna lose my warranty. So I'll just keep making payments. Whatever I can buy and hook up the car and make it nice on the outside, you know, I'll do that. Then after that, then we could hook it up on the inside, you know, on the engine and stuff. So yeah, you know what I'm saying. Or I could have went and did engine modifications and just do a sleeper, but then my warranty would have been shot. So I was like, no. Let's do it the other way around.
That's kind of how I see it too. Like we've got several people that actually still have like powertrain warranties and such, and anybody can go out and spend like $3,000-$4,000 and buy, you know, a sleeper and put it in their yard and completely build it from the ground up. But I feel like, yeah, that's everything you put into a car is an investment. But if you're actually willing to put that money into a car that you're still financing, that's money on money on money. Yeah. Like that's why, you know, a lot of people are like, oh well, why is he in a car group? He's still paying for his car. Like that doesn't make any sense. You're not gonna be able to do anything. You can still do tons of shit to it, to finance or leased car. I don't think we don't have any leases.
We got a prospect accidentally broke his warranty.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, he was a prospect.
He went for it though. But,
yeah.
I mean,
you guys had a couple of guys get into accidents, right?
Yeah.
AJ just recently. Yeah.
Today is the anniversary of me getting rear-ended, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that.
Yeah, you got into that. You wrecked your car.
I didn't wreck it. I got rear-ended. I was stopped waiting to turn. For the record. I don't wreck my car.
She was like, hold up, I didn't wreck my shit.
I sure didn't. I did not.
She was like, hold up, let me get up from here.
It was a past member's cousin, no less, and she jumped out and first thing she said was, I wasn't on my phone. And I'm like,
You probably was on your phone.
Oh, you probably definitely on your phone.
No.
Shit.
How do you like this car more than you do the other one, or did you like the other one more?
It's an upgrade. It's the half gen upgrade. I went from an 03 to an 06. This one is engine swapped, overall just in way better shape.
You got an engine swap on that?
It's got a TL engine in it.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. A what?
J32A3 TL engine swap.
You race it?
That one.
You race that one?
just my friends, but yeah.
Oh.
You gotta stop underselling yourself. It's tuned also.
Yeah, it is tuned.
Like dyno tuned.
Tuned.
What's the horsepower on there?
270.
270?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Fast.
Got custom fuel rails, fuel lines, all that good stuff. J35 intake plenum on top. Yeah.
Look at her go.
The previous car engine was the stock.
Yeah, that's what's up. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
She undersells the hell out of herself all the time. She
So do
does.
Yeah, I was just like, okay, it's just wrapped. That
No.
I didn't expect that.
We've been working on some underhood stuff for her too. I just did a whole mess of paintwork for her underneath her valve covers.
So did you do
Custom.
did you do the swap yourself, or was it already like that?
It was swapped when I got it, but
Oh.
I paid a pretty penny for it.
It
Well,
was a
at least
very good
you
swap.
know what you
Right.
get, what's in there.
Oh yeah, I know what
And-
inside and
yeah.
out, especially because I had to take it apart 2-3 times since then.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
You done it yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Find a lot of females that do that.
Had a little bit of help
No,
too
it's
with the other
very
parts.
very hard to find. That's
Yeah.
yeah. No, that was eye opening to say the least. Because like whenever I first joined, I remember looking at it and I was like, well, that's because it wasn't wrapped yet.
Oh,
but
it was
then
in like 3 different colors.
Yeah, it was. Well, no, when I first joined KI, it was just black.
Oh, that one, yeah, it was
Yeah.
black.
And then she was showing me the photos of her other cars, and I was like, "How the hell would you buy the same car
3 times.
The same
why?
car?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same car. It's a couple of years different, model years, but
Yeah.
Same
other than
generation.
that, yeah.
That is crazy. You must like that car, huh?
I do. I know him inside and out.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
The green one's yours?
Mhm.
Yep. Right.
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 Nice. Y'all are talking about, I'm over here like,
So, back to the subject. When the split happened with the groups,
Yep.
what went through your mind?
Sorry if I take this one.
Go for it.
So honestly, it was exactly the way that Aaron and Chandler said it was. That was it. So there was, as with anything in the car community, especially when it involves different groups, I feel like after it happened, there was a lot of things said, and then it kind of leaked over. You ever played the whisper game? Like when you're in school and you
Like
go around the
telephone?
circle,
Yeah.
right?
At the
Go
end
in
of
a
the
circle.
last person is like different to what
Exactly.
how it started. Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like that's how it happened, and afterward, and it took a lot to get us back to actually shaking hands and actually burying that hatchet, and it took time most of all. But as far as the way it happened and what was said like the night of, yeah, they had it, I mean, dead on, spot on. That's
Yep.
that did my heart really well to see that, for real, because that was a huge source of contention between us.
Yeah.
And it's, you don't do this, you don't get into the car community and join a group to start fighting with people. If I wanted to fight people, I'd just train for UFC and get it over with. You know,
Yeah,
like none of us do. And it was one of those things.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
No,
cut
you're
you off,
good.
but sometimes I feel like in the car community take this, we don't mean to get into it so personal, like, but once you start going out to the car meets and getting to know people and
Right.
bonding so much with people and it starts becoming personal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that, to the point where you seen how people get when people start revving at the car meets, you know,
Yeah.
Chandler lost his head, you know,
Yeah.
and a lot of people get mad, just like Sea-Dog. Sea-Dog goes to hitting people's car. That was like, dude, what the
For bro.
Yeah, I was.
You was
I
gonna
ain't trying
get
to
your
get
ass kicked, bro. What the
Right?
fuck?
I remember I was at work. Somebody sent me the video, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, like
I looked.
I
I was
mean,
like,
I mean, to tell you the truth, he's lucky that everybody kind of like ran toward when the guy got out of the car, because I was like, bro, no, that's you know,
That's not
no,
how we do this.
no.
yeah.
And you ain't gotta have a lot of body to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't have the body to do that shit. But you know, then and then again, you know, we take it personal. We take everything personal. You know, and we it's like protecting what the only thing that we have out. That's the hobby that we go to on weekends and, you know, bond or whatever.
People don't realize how much blood, sweat, tears, and emotional turmoil goes into making this continue.
Making it
Right.
happen. It's you know.
Yes.
You know what we've been going through back and forth in the
Just
past.
that, yeah.
Just in the past, just to make the next meet come up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like the calling the cops, emailing, you know, getting the vendors, all that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm, you know, and kind of, I'm in a way, I was like, let you do it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, y'all do it, because I want people to see what it takes to do it. You know what I'm saying?
And the more
Because
familiar we are with it, you know.
yeah,
the next
and-
one will
and-
be-
keep doing
the
it.
next one will
exactly.
be cake.
And that way, it's like you said, you do it fast, you know, and you already have a system that, okay, you do the email, you know, I'll contact the vendors, and you guys could work like that, you know, and it's a lot faster than having to figure it all out on your own,
Right.
and then stumble and then get to that date where it's there, and then you don't have the cops come in, you don't have the vendors come, you know what I'm saying, and everything falls
When
apart.
shit goes south.
Yeah, so
one person.
it's
Right.
a max. Will you say a month?
At least.
A month
Yeah.
to prep for one car meet.
Just to make sure it's safe and kosher. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, and that's why, you know, I'm pretty like strict on people doing burnouts and shit on them, because they give you the permission, then you got to go through all this crap to, you know what I'm saying, and it's crazy. So I mean, I get his point, you know what I'm saying, but you know, good thing about it is that everybody found their clique, you know what I'm saying. Y'all discovered, you know, okay, you know, maybe it's better off to be separated, because we do things differently than you guys do things different, and we could still coexist in the car community. You know what I'm saying?
So that was one thing that Aaron said that I really agreed with, was that like where he's from, with like the mini truck community, you know, back where he was at, they're way more strict. Like they're way more strict. Like he said, and I've actually seen that at meets before. I think you mentioned at one point too, like being told, you know, you pull up and you know you just want to hang out, and you pull up and the first guy that you see is just like, no man, go park over there. Like you're done. We're done. Yeah, no, we're not having you anywhere near us. Like we're not that strict, but at the same time, leadership at the time of the split, we all wholeheartedly agree with that too.
Yes.
That they were not upholding those standards at all. And it was not, we had rules in place. And when Aaron and everybody, you know, left, no, they were totally right. They had it completely correct, that it was almost like it was not being run at the time.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not going to name drop or anything, but new leadership back now that we have the OGs completely in sync with us, that are guiding us, that are making, you know, they've completely come back into the picture. And it was, I didn't know until way later that they had actually been completely left out of almost every decision that was made up until Aaron and them left. Yeah. And this was when I was just a member. I had just gotten bannered. I wasn't bannered for like maybe a month and a half, and then this happened, and I was like, this doesn't seem just like one thing. This seems like there's a lot of stuff going on that we didn't know about. Well then,
so when the split happened, you guys weren't even in leadership.
No.
At all.
No.
So
after
that, that's when the child decided, okay, let's pick up the pieces from here and build and finish building this.
It wasn't easy to decide that, but it was more of a I'm sure you've met John Vanway, right? You know John, Big John.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually got a very long history with John. I've known John since I was 12 years old, back when he was a bass player in a band in Fernandina Beach.
Nice.
And anyway, we reached out to him after the split happened, and he met up with us, and he appointed her as leadership, and she said, well, I'm not doing it unless this guy does it. And I was like, I really don't want to do this.
I drug him into it.
Yeah.
He's like, come on, let's do this.
I did.
It was kicking and screaming, dude.
Yeah.
And she said it's Sid and Khalil or else I'm not doing it. And I was like, I don't want to do this. I really don't want to do this.
He told me, I don't think I can do it, but I'll try.
I don't, yeah. I mean, I was also, coming out of a divorce, and I got with KI because I needed to start getting myself back out into people again. And I had actually taken a zero interaction with people for almost a year before that point. And so when this happened and she dumps this on me, I was like, this is a terrible idea. I was like, this is
I
awful.
do not talk to people.
Yeah, I was like, this is the worst mistake you could make. But then, John and Mark and Rachel and them, they've always been there. And I was really shocked once I got into leadership and we actually started talking to Mark, Rachel, and John all like collectively. The stuff we were telling them, it was like the first time they were hearing it. And I was like, so how did you not know about any of these things? And, previous leadership was just leaving us out of it.
Kept him completely in the dark.
Yeah, and I said, well, that's weird. I don't understand how that can be. That doesn't, but then again, Mark, John, and Rachel, and then they all have very insanely busy schedules. Like Mark and Rachel live all the way in Waycross. And that's an hour and 45 for me, almost in Woodbine, and 2.5 hours from the Blanding meet, and even further for Tinseltown on Mondays. So they come out when they can, but recently they've actually been getting, hard at it. Like there's going to be an explosion from them real quick, real soon.
They've got kind of like reinvigorated. They want to start coming out more.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
But yeah, we don't ever try to keep anything from anybody. We're always trying to be above board with everything, especially since that happened. Because I was like, holy shit! Like, what? How do you keep stuff from the actual leadership of the? Like, how does that even?
That's not good because everything goes to shit really fast.
Yeah, because you need that other input to actually keep it stable, because I could be upset about something, but talking to him and the rest of leadership, it helps to kind of even me out. Like, well, look at it from this angle. Yeah. Because just one single person doing all of it, you're going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
Being open-minded is a huge part of it. Like, that's also how we tackle problems in the group too, is we look at it completely unbiased. Like, even if, we're friends and family with a lot of people in the group, everybody in the group, but if somebody comes to us with an issue, it doesn't matter how personal it is. You have to back up and be like, this is a problem that needs to be solved. It doesn't, I think only once has it ended in somebody actually being removed from the group, but that was like a stacking number of events that led to it. So it wasn't just like one thing. Like, if it's severe enough, yeah, but no, I'm very grateful that we have the people that we do as part of leadership now, because we don't. Shit, this would have fallen apart a long time ago if John and Mark and Rachel and them weren't there.
Yeah.
I mean, look what happened with the split. I mean, there was a lot of crossed wires there, and we didn't even know. We had no clue. So when that happened, I was like, what the hell? Like, what? I don't even understand. Well, I do now. Yeah. But it'll never happen again, I can tell you that. That's
a good thing. You guys know how to handle it, and jump on it as soon as it started sinking. Y'all brung it back up, and made it what it is today.
Trying.
Y'all got a lot of cool people in there, and and regardless of the fact, y'all are family, and that's what all this is about.
That's true.
There's two things family don't do: family don't run, and family don't ever stop proving it.
Yeah,
and that's what's up.
Every single day.
Yeah,
that's cool. That is very cool. Well, I want to thank you guys, man, because been trying to get you guys out here for a minute. Last time I was like, hey, she was like, no, we got something going on, sorry, and I was like, all right, that's cool. I'm always having, like, just today I started having problems with the microphones. Hopefully this whole thing goes on, right. I'll double check it now. You all right? Thank you for coming by. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
You guys doing real good with Kindred Impulse, you know.
Thank you.
You guys are very, very loved in the community, you know what I'm saying? And glad everybody's getting along the way we are. It's really awesome.
And thank you really for having us, because you're one of the most influential people out there. Like,
Appreciate that. Thanks.
Yeah, like I
Right,
said,
you
there's-
share a flyer, we know it's gonna be big.
that was, I remember actually that Tinseltown meeting you mentioned, that first one that exploded. I remember I pulled up that night and I was like, did you guys see who shared the fucking flyer? I
Yeah, it
flipped
was.
out. Like, I mean, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And then, yeah, sure as shit. It just
I was always like I told Aaron, I was like, I always knew with Kindred Impulse, you know, there was certain groups that in Jacksonville that were huge. Kindred Impulse was one of them, and I was always trying to but at the time I didn't, like I said, I was doing other things and I never was able to make that approach to the group. And as soon as I seen it resurface, I was like, yes, let's go, let's share this shit. I wanted to move
Now's
in,
the time,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So because it was really exciting, you know what I'm saying? I know that after Zoe passed, you know, I never got to meet him, like I said, you know, but I wanted to be part of it too, and kind of like get to know you guys and the group as itself, you know, and didn't know we were gonna be this close. But it's a good thing, you know, and yeah, it's feels good to know that you guys done it, you know, in a different, with your own essence, but still Kindred.
Yeah, we're literally continuing what he started. That's the thing. Like, I knew him barely more than you did. Like, he remembered me, and I attended the meets, and I remember the structure from when I was 18 years old, and it was great to come back and see that they were still doing that. And, you know, we're never going to be what it was, but at the same time,
you still carry the name. You carry the name, and as long as you can, and maybe somebody else down the line will carry it also, you know, and as long as that's the essence.
There you go.
You know,
that's it.
That's like 6, you know. I'm the only one that has it. Maybe somebody, you know, in my family will carry it, you know what I'm saying? And then maybe years from now, it'll keep going, and maybe he'll take it to a different level, you know what I'm saying? So,
That'd be cool.
yeah.
I think that's what everybody wants, is that torch to get passed. And
Yeah.
it's hard to do, especially with something like this. It's not easy to look at something and be like, yeah, I can do this. Like I told you, I looked at it and I was like, this is a terrible idea. Nope.
I was incredibly overwhelmed at first, but you have to love it enough to take that step to keep it
To
moving.
make it what you want it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of dedication and a lot of time to put in it, and you got to be real consistent with it to make it what you want it to be, you know.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate you guys coming by. Like I said, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for the collab. We're gonna collab on the 10th, so
Yes.
everybody look out. The Friday the 10th on May. Kindred Impulse, 6th Gear. We're coming to you. We're gonna kill it. Peace out.
Tell them I'm staying right here. Tell them I'm switching my gear. Yeah. Tell them I'm just getting started. Tell them this year's my year. Ay. Tell them that. 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 Yeah.